Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another new property. Bylov on Patreon has sent me this song from No Man's Sky. I, of course, know No Man's Sky. I am pretty in tune with the gaming community as a whole. I know all about it. I know about the controversies that came with it. I know about the production, etc., all that stuff. But this song, Supermoon from 65 Days of Static, is. I've never heard anything from the soundtrack. So this is going to be very unique. So I'm interested to hear what this is. I'm expecting, due to space, something pretty atmospheric, but I'm also expecting to hear like metal for all I know. So without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? Let's go. Okay. Atmospheric immediately. I don't know if it's going to build into something else, but the atmospheric expectation is very high. Oh, ooh, maybe never mind. Still could be though. Ooh. Wow. That's a sloppy drum part. I mean, the core rhythm is very tight. There's a lot of slop on that bass pedal though. Definitely intentional. Whew. Okay, yeah. Kind of a blend of atmospheric stuff. A lot of elements going into this one. Nice use of the ride cymbal there. A nice heavy ping. It's a very crispy, crunchy hi-hat too. Ooh. There's I love how simple this core groove is, but this drummer is really good at making small adjustments to make the beat feel a lot more alive, less refined. And that works really well with this. Gotta have some of those high notes on a piano in an atmospheric song like this. You got it's a given. I don't know what genre this is, but if you know what genre this is, let me know. I'm gonna add this to like all of my like chill playlists. This is a really good sound for just playing in the background. I would totally like work with this playing in the background, 100%. Woo! Different time signatures there too, kind of adding to that sloppy, unrefined feeling. But it's insane how clean it is. That rides, I don't know what ride cymbal they're using. That is a dark ride cymbal, and I want it. Is that an Evo on the guitar there? That might have been. God. Okay. I'm putting thoughts together of what I want to say. This is really cool. Just let it hang. How long does it hang? That's the question. There it is. Okay. So I want to start off by saying when I say sloppy in that song, it is not an insult at all. That is entirely a feel thing. Everything in that song was calculated slop. There was no point of that where any certain part felt legitimately unclean unless it was on purpose. Like the little mess that they had in the drums and a lot of there's a lot of parts, variable parts in that song that were kind of fighting each other for the front seat in a lot of ways that had a lot of different movement happening. There was different time signatures. There was a lot of texture in the audio all over. There was a lot of sound choices. It felt a lot more atmospheric than I expected it to. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like a general atmospheric song that would be just pure atmosphere. And what I mean by that feels more atmospheric than a song that is pure atmosphere, because that itself, that sentence makes no sense. Adding more into it with the drums, the way that the guitars were played, all of that construction on top of the atmospheric undertone to it made it feel more atmospheric. I don't know how to explain it. It's like trying to explain the water additive liquid IV or like any other sort of electrolyte powder, and then saying that it just kind of tastes like more water, because it kind of does. It makes it thicker. It makes everything, the whole experience, sound so much more refined, but so much more spacious. There was so much more room throughout that whole song. It was gorgeous. There were really cool things in there. Like, I thought I had heard an Evo. And if you don't know what an Evo is, it's basically a tool that you can put on the strings of a guitar that resonates those strings without having to pluck or otherwise interact with those strings. And it's used for these cool, long drone sounds that a lot of songs like this utilize. Sometimes they use them in the background as general atmosphere behind like rock and stuff like that. A lot of indie music will utilize them, but they're not too terribly common. But that's exactly why it gives such a specific sound, and why I'm pretty sure that's what was being used in that one spot. But with that and the vocals and everything around it, the drums, of course, being my biggest love of this with how those were done, just that little bit of slop to make it not a perfect rhythm, not a perfect beat, just feeling slightly off, made everything come together so well. That drum beat, that entire structure, made all of the other elements of this very atmospheric track glue together so seamlessly, even through those segments that were being played in different time signatures, even for a measure or two. That drum set being played the way it was helped to bridge those gaps and bring everything back to a one. And that is just really freaking cool. I imagine all of the other songs that are on this album for this game that are done by 65 Days of Static probably have a very similar energy to it, and I'm probably going to add all of them to my various work playlists because they are perfect to play in the background while you're just working on whatever. But I think I've said all I can about this one. This was really cool, definitely off the beaten path of my usual stuff, and I'm glad we got there. So thank you again, Bylov, for putting it into the Patreon producer queue. And if you like this video and you want to see more of them, leave a comment down below of what I should get to next, and I will see what I can do. And other than that, if you want to follow me and support me, you know how to do that. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!